back to the channel. I'm Hannah, and today I will be filming a what I eat in a day as a now certified holistic nutritionist. All of the meals will be very simple because I'm a lazy cook, but they will be healthy and especially very protein focused. In some, I will be eating this much protein, and since today is my rest day, my first meal of the day will be my late breakfast, which is gonna be fermented overnight oats. So the secret to fermented overnight oats, in contrast to normal overnight oats, is that you add in some yogurt and then you leave the oats with the yogurt and everything else you put in there outside, aka at room temperature, for not more than 10 hours ish. And that way the already fermented food is gonna ferment even more because you kind of feed the bacteria in the yogurt, the good bacteria obviously, with the sugar from the oats. And then you have a very, very gut-friendly little breakfast. In mine I usually put yogurt, Greek yogurt, oats, chia seeds, cinnamon, a little bit of psyllium husks for the extra fiber, and protein powder. Here I used hazelnut protein powder, which is vegan. I'm very careful with protein powders because first, in so many protein powders there's so much unnecessary and usually I guess unhealthy stuff and or sweeteners or sugars, and I have a very clean vegan protein powder that has very good amino acid combinations, meaning the protein in it is very kind of high quality for your body, which is especially important for vegan protein powders. And it's only very slightly sweetened with a natural sweetener. I don't know the English word for it. I'll put it up here. And then I also added some collagen powder and I top it with cherries. And I really love the combination of the slight hazelnut taste of the protein powder and the cherries. It's kind of like a, nut cherry cake. And now I'm going to top this off with some more nuts for some more healthy fats. And there we go. Very easy, very delicious. And you don't have to do anything in the morning, basically. And together with my fermented oats, I have some organic matcha with extra collagen and oat milk. So usually I don't drink that much oat milk anymore. I switch to either almond milk or my new favorite, coconut milk. Unsweetened, both, obviously. Because you might have heard of it by now, that oat milk in particular can have some not so good effect on your blood sugar levels, which is not really a big deal if you have it along with breakfast where there's protein and fat in there. But just keep in mind that if you're having an oat milk cappuccino or matcha latte without any food, that might mess up your blood sugar levels a little bit. So consider coconut milk, which is my favorite. But if you don't like coconut milk, almond milk or soy milk is also pretty good and also pretty protein rich. I just have a slight soy allergy, so I had to step away from soy milk, unfortunately. Very good. So fermented foods are very important for your gut health, and your gut health is very important for your overall health. So the more fermented foods or good gut bacteria you eat, the better. And these good gut bacteria, also called lactobacteria, I think in English. Okay, apparently you say lactobacillus if you want to be really nerdy, but a much more common term that you most likely have heard of before is simply probiotics. I'm not good with the English, words always, but those good bacteria are usually in things like kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, but you can enhance that, or you can multiply the amount of those bacteria in your food by feeding those bacteria, which sounds kind of gross probably, but it's really a very easy way to feed your gut and to make it happy. Just keep in mind to not leave your fermented overnight oats out for too long because you don't want to get sick. So anything between 6 or 10 hours is totally fine. If you don't eat your oats early enough so that you don't exceed that 10-hour window, just put it in the fridge. And you can obviously also just put it in the fridge from the beginning, but then the fermentation does happen, but at a much slower, much slower pace. And the psyllium husks that I put in here are just another source of fiber. Fiber is still something that most people do not get enough of. And even if you do eat a lot of vegetables and healthy, natural, whole foods, it's sometimes just hard to get enough fiber. So adding some of that into your oats is a very easy way. The same goes for cinnamon. Cinnamon is very anti-inflammatory. And if you just add that in your morning breakfast bowl, you help your body fight against bad inflammation. And I do drink matcha here, and I actually do drink matcha every day now, although I also love coffee a lot because I had some struggles with my cortisol, or stress in general. So I switched from coffee to matcha for a while. Now I'm back also on coffee, but still I feel like matcha just soothes me a little bit while also waking me up in a very calm way, which it actually does. Science says so. That is because next to the caffeine in the matcha, there's something called L-theanine, and L-theanine kind of calms us down. So if you're stressed out, or if you just want to help your body fight inflammation again, because it's also got a lot of anti-inflammatory purpose too, and also antioxidants, maybe add in a matcha a day if you want to, or drink coffee. Coffee is very healthy too, if not consumed in excess. So I'm gonna get some laptop work done. Today is a very boring laptop at home day. I have one meeting in the afternoon and then a birthday at night, which I will talk about later, because at a birthday you typically consume something, which can be tricky if you wanna take care of your health, but also, have a social life and have drinks. But I will talk about that later. First, I'm gonna get some work done and I'll talk to you for lunch. So now it is time for lunch, which also means that I get to use my new air fryer again, because Kusori was so nice to send me their new Turbo Blaze, which is my first air fryer ever, but already I think it's the best thing out there. And I'm not just saying that because I got this one for free. I'm seriously kind of obsessed with it because it's honestly perfect for lazy people like me, because you can just put everything in there and everything gets cooked or fried or baked or whatever you want it to be so quickly, and it tastes so much better. Because in the past, when I tried to fry chicken breast in the pan, it always turned out so dry, because like I said, I'm not a big cook, so I just put it in there and then it always went dry. But in the air fryer, it's so juicy. So another great thing about the air fryer, or air fryers in general, is that you don't need any oil, but it still tastes better with oil, obviously, but also it's, healthy. You should add some healthy fats to your meals always. Massage it in, but just use one hand, because you always want to have a clean hand when you do anything with poultry, because of the germs, salmonella. And also, if you add the spices like this, you also add in more diversity for your gut, which is good for your gut, because the more diverse your diet is, the more different foods you put into your body every day or every week, the better. And spices do count as food diversity. You just air fry. That's automatically at 195 Celsius. Don't ask me what that's in Fahrenheit. And in case you're wondering why I have this on the floor, in case you haven't noticed, I have a very small apartment. This is the whole thing basically behind me. And also I have a very small kitchen where I don't really have space for any kitchen appliances, but that doesn't matter, because I just extended my kitchen out here, where I also have my coffee machine, and there I have the air fryer. But it's also very lightweighted, so I could just lift it up and put it on this, how do you call it? The kitchen counter thing. But I'm lazy and it's not necessary, because it works fine on the floor, because it doesn't get heated all around it. So I can really recommend it. For full disclosure, like I said before, I did get this one for free, and I also do get a teeny tiny commission if you use my Amazon link in the description box below. But even if I wouldn't have gotten that one for free and I would have bought it myself, I would be recommending it. So, and then with the chicken, we are gonna have some leftover brownish rice. It's not brown, natural rice, whole rice, non-white rice, which I cooked yesterday, I think, which has some more benefits to it, because if you cook something like rice or pasta and then let it cool down and then heat it up again, or just eat it cold, the starches in those carbs get healthier than they used to be, which leads those foods to be more fiber rich and also to have a little less calories than before. But not only that, also it's good for lazy people, because you just have to cook rice once for a couple of meals and then put them in the fridge and then just heat them up. Especially if you have an air fryer, you can just put the rice on top of the meat or whatever you do, or just put it in the air fryer and heat it up in the air fryer. And together with the rice and the chicken, I'm gonna eat broccoli, frozen broccoli that is, because I'm a fan of frozen veggies. Because first, it's good for lazy people because you don't have to cut or wash anything. Second, because they're usually more nutritious because they get frozen right after harvesting, meaning they don't lose any or very little nutrients, compared to the fresh veggies, which not only need to get transported from A to B, but also often lay in the supermarket for days before being eaten. So frozen veggies for the win. Before the chicken is fully done, I'm gonna add in the broccoli and the rice into the air fryer onto the chicken or next to the chicken, so it's basically a one-pot meal. Isn't that amazing? I love the invention of air fryers so much. And that's the rice from yesterday, still in the pot, because again, lazy, and why not just store it in the pot. Ta-da! And while all of that is cooking, I will have another gut health snack as a little appetizer. Kimchi. Kimchi is another fermented food, which I also love the taste of. This one is just, ready-made from the store. It's organic. It's got nothing shitty like sugar or something in there. Just vegetables, spices, and fermentation bacteria. So the good kind of bacteria. And research says that already having just like a spoon or fork full of this a day can really help your gut, and it's very easy to do and tasty, and it's got vitamins and fiber in it too. More flavor, aka pepper, and my absolute favorite taste hack, healthy taste hack, is lemon juice over everything basically, but especially chicken and broccoli, because I'm not much of a sauce person. I mean, I love sauces obviously, but sauces take effort, or if they're already pre-made, they're usually not so healthy, or often not so healthy. But with lemon juice, everything tastes better, even without a sauce, because that's your sauce then, and you have extra vitamin C and antioxidants and stuff, so love this. So this is a perfect combination of proteins, even more proteins, add fiber and vitamins and everything. Broccoli actually, or green vegetables, most of green vegetables, especially broccoli, has an incredible amount of protein per calories. And brown rice is a very good source of complex carbs to make the meal complete. In combination with the olive oil that I put on the chicken breast, you have everything that you need, and it tastes good, and it was really easy to make thanks to the air fryer. And now a little post-lunch snack for the energy boost, because I don't drink coffee in the afternoon, but I still want some caffeine and something sweet. So I'm having extra dark chocolate, 85% cacao, or cacao, however you call it. I just realized that I forgot to talk about my supplements, or the supplements that I recommend. I personally currently do not take that many supplements. I do have more supplement intense phases, but I am taking vitamin C, which I kind of can recommend to help your immune system be better. Just make sure that it's a clean vitamin C of high quality. Then what I also take is curcumin. That's the stuff that is in turmeric, which is very anti-inflammatory, and vitamin D, which research shows basically everybody needs, at least if you are not in the sun very much and live in a southern hemisphere. Then I also sometimes take vitamin B, but you can definitely overdose vitamin B, so make sure to get that checked with your doctor. But if you're vegan and or vegetarian, it is very likely that you need vitamin B supplementation, just get it checked to be sure. Then later in the day I take magnesium, which is something I recommend to basically everybody. And then I also some days take zinc for my hair and my nails and my skin, but also my immune system, which I also recommend to many people because many people are pretty low in zinc. And that's my current supplementation situation. Now it is snack time, which means I'm having a very fall-y kind of tea. It's a pumpkin chai. It's not pumpkin spice, but it's kind of like pumpkin spice tea. It's very good. And a clementine. How do you say? Clementine. And a protein bar. It's a vegan protein bar and it's pretty clean. I'm in general not the biggest fan of protein bars because most of them are not, rather they're a snack bar more than a protein bar when you look at the protein content compared to or in relation to the calorie or carbs or unhealthy stuff content. But this one is pretty okay. It's got stevia in it and I'm not a big fan of sweeteners either, but at least it's a natural sweetener and it's not too sweet. I'm just feeling like something sweet-ish now, so I'm having this. Okay, dinner time, and for dinner I'm making lentil pasta, which I can basically have every day. It is so protein rich. It's got as much protein as natural lentils. It's got a little bit less fiber than real lentils, so you know, real lentils are still better, but I love pasta. And pasta I think is so easy and convenient to make with anything. And if you want to up your protein intake, lentil pasta is the way to go. Of course it tastes different than normal pasta. You cannot expect wheat pasta, but it's also good, just different. And I'm gonna make that with a sort of chicory sauce, if you can say that. Do you say chicory in English? If chicory is not the right English word, I'll put the English word somewhere here. It's very easy, very healthy. Chicory is very good for your gut. It's prebiotic. You know, the bitterness of it is very good for you. And I also love the taste. And I'm gonna make a little creamy sauce along with it, which is a lot easier than it sounds.
Eu já cansei de te chamar pra tu sair de casa, mas você só continua com essa enrolação. Já cansei de te chamar pra tu sair de casa, você só continua com essa enrolação. Eu já limpei e arrumei o que você pediu, enquanto você tinha outra coisa que arrumar.
Now this step is very important with lentil pasta or chickpea pasta, which is to rinse it in cold water. Otherwise it gets really sticky.
Mas você só continua com essa enrolação. Eu já cansei de te chamar pra tu sair de casa, mas você só continua com essa enrolação. Depois faltou cozinha, banho, roupa e bidê. Parece simples.
See, and now it's already kind of getting creamy. And often I just use more cashew butter than this and or nutritional yeast, which makes it even more creamy and cheesier. But today I actually have Parmesan here, so I'm gonna mix this with real Parmesan. But you can also do vegan. Pepper, espelette again. It's kind of a chili, fancy chili powder. And thyme. I love the combination with thyme.
Sair de casa, mas você só continua com essa enrolação. Eu já limpei e arrumei o que você pediu, enquanto você tinha o almoço para cozinhar. E mesmo assim, depois de tudo, você não saiu e vem.
Personally, I love these big chunks of Parmesan. I know it's a bit weird. You can also just use the grated one, but I just sometimes like to snack it purely or just mix it in and let it melt a little bit. And we are done. This is one of my absolute go-tos. Usually without the Parmesan, to be honest, but today I'm feeling cheese and I'm having cheese in my fridge, so I'm adding cheese. And then after dinner, I'm going to a birthday party where I am gonna have a drink, but tonight I'm not feeling like alcohol. Sometimes I do drink alcohol still, but I'm not really feeling it that much nowadays. But I am a fan of balance, so I'm always advocating for, you know, drinking if you want to drink, not for drinking, but you know, do what you want, enjoy stuff, whether it's sugar or alcohol or whatever. But tonight I'm not feeling it, so I will most probably have alcohol-free beer, which is one of my absolute favorite non-alcoholic drinks, because usually I don't feel like something, you know, sweet. Like in Germany we have something called Schorle. It's kind of a soda mixed with juice or lemonade. I never drink lemonade, to be honest, but also I don't want to just have water. So alcohol-free beer is perfect, not only because it's alcohol-free and without sugar, also it's got some isotonic purposes, which basically means that it's very hydrating, so that we like. And also I kind of like the taste, you know. I'm a very young girl, so I like my beer, whether with alcohol or without. This was my what I eat in a day as a nutritionist. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like and subscribe. That really helps me out. I know it's annoying when we say this, but it really helps. And I hope to see you in my next video.